So the First Descendant just got another patch, and I was actually in the middle of making a different video when this thing dropped, and I decided to do my due diligence and skim over the patch notes. And wouldn't you know it, now I got to make this video instead. So I'm going completely off the cuff here. There's no script, and hopefully what I say makes some sense. We're gonna get through this together. So let's just go ahead and quickly take a look at this. First Descendant HOTFIX 1.0.2. This went out this morning. I must have been sleeping. I normally am on top of this. So let's see. Greetings, Descendants. The First Descendant HOTFIX 1.02 patch is now live. And target platforms: Steam, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PS4, and PS5. I had no clue that this existed on the Xbox One or the PS4. I'm really surprised. I would love to hear how it works. I'd love to hear how it performs on those platforms. So if you get an Xbox One or a PS4 and you play this game, please let me know how it runs. I am dying to know. So we've got some patch details here. Let's just go ahead and go over this. Content improvements: added the start public operation function or matchmaking to infiltration operations hard mode. So I know that that's something that the fans have been they've really been wanting this. And I think that it's going to make hard mode infiltrations a little bit more accessible. I have a sneaky suspicion that there's going to be some stern players that are just going to be like, yeah, no. I mean, we're already seeing some players backing out in normal mode if the team comp isn't exactly what they're looking for. And I have a feeling that we're probably going to see a lot of that in hard mode. But I think it's just, that's going to be par for the course. Start public operations is available even if you change the selected reward. But if you select an additional option, only start private operation will be available. Removed the sequential type immunity spheres from named monsters. They have been changed to either the default or the extermination types. Director's comment. Guys, I got to tell you, I love the fact that the development team is taking the opportunity here to address these concerns and to give us some direct feedback. I really, really like that. That's amazing. So, director's comment: the dev team acknowledges the community's concern about the monotonous patterns of named monsters and strives to enhance them. In particular, we've noted that the pattern involving breaking spheres in a specific order isn't appropriate for public matching and have decided to remove it immediately. As new patterns are developed, we will soon update the patterns of existing named monsters one by one. As named monsters frequently appear in hard difficulty and special operations, we will continue working towards diversifying their patterns. Increased the quantity of rare basic materials dropped from encrypted vaults threefold. The elite Vulgus that appear in field missions and infiltration operations will now drop them too. Wait, what? They've increased the amount of rare material drops from encrypted vaults, and elite Vulgus that appear in field missions and infiltration operations will now drop them too. That is very cool. If that's what I'm thinking it means, then maybe we can farm for stuff without having to go do those damn vaults. We can just go do field missions and infiltration operations. Director's comment: the most efficient way to farm rare basic materials is still through encrypted vaults. But for those who prefer hunting monsters, we have updated field missions and infiltration operations to drop these materials too. Yes, thank you, yes. The dev team will closely monitor the overall farming status and do our best to create a joyful environment for all our descendants. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that people were just absolutely dumping on those encrypted vaults, because I got to tell you, I spent about 3 hours last night hunting them down in the desert, and I really just wanted to bury myself there and be done with it. Okay, reduce the time from 2 90-second to 2 60-second occupations for the Kingston. Vulgus data transmitter hacking mission. Improved the Battle Pass Battle Supply Shop. That is a mouthful. Battle Pass Battle Supply Shop button's visibility by redesigning it in the format of the bonus shop banner. All right, director's comment. You can get season limited skins for free from the Battle Supply Shop. Complete preseason challenges to claim your special skins. I am sorry, what's that now? Updated the library window from closing when the map is opened and closed through the acquisition information pop-up. Improved the duration of party invitation messages to make them easier to confirm and accept. Yes, thank you. I can't tell you how many times I'm standing in the social hub, right? And I'm offering my services to help new players go through some of the Colossus, fights, some of the big boss fights, and they'll be like sending me an invite, and it's like, boom, and just immediately goes away. So then I have to navigate all the way to the social tab just to accept the party invite. So thank you for that. That's definitely going to make things a little bit smoother in that regard. Improved the duration of the Descendant instructor's lines. Oh, are we talking about the robot? If we're talking about the robot, holy frick, I half the time I wasn't even sure what he said. I just had to go to the quest tab and look and see what the quest said. So that's definitely an improvement. Director's comment. Many Descendants have commented that the Descendant instructor's dialogue contains many useful game tips, which it does, because this is your only source of getting vital information about your Descendant. So it's definitely important. Currently, it's not possible to revisit previous dialogues, but we are planning to fix this. Please, yes, and thank you. Also, guys, I can't be the only one that wants this. I want to be able to replay the cutscenes from the game with my Descendant. I don't think it would be that hard. These are just cutscenes after all. And it puts my character, I want to be able to pick a character, right? First of all, if I can't pick a character or a Descendant for the cutscene, that's fine. If it's whatever I ran it with previously, that's fine. But if at all possible, I would like to revisit these cutscenes with my current Descendant, whomever that may be, right? Because I got to tell you, as a content creator, that stuff would be banging for the channel. I'm just saying, think about the creators a little bit. We will continue to make improvements so that Descendants can easily access the information they require. Moved the guide NPC you meet after first arriving in Albion closer. The guide NPC? Are we talking about the actual guide? Maybe, I don't know. If I'm thinking, if I'm remembering correctly, she was like all the way in the very back, right? Up on that ramp or that catwalk in the very back behind the ship. Yeah, move her closer. Definitely move her closer. Optimization improvements. So this is going to make some people very happy, hopefully. On PC, improve the stability of the shader preparation process by reducing the CPU load during shader generation. And I am sure that this is because that has had a terrible, terrible consequence on players that use Intel CPUs. Updated, due to shader optimization, shader has to be generated again. It may take some time depending on the device. Currently, we are actively monitoring this issue, and if you encounter issues with a 13th or 14th gen Intel, please refer to Intel's official guide. Intel is like, yeah, we don't know. It's their fault. Talk to them about it. PC, lower GPU memory usage when set at high or higher quality. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that their memory, they were getting warnings that they were running out of virtual memory. Hopefully this fixes that problem. Fix an issue where character skins were displayed abnormally in low graphics settings intermittently during extended play. I have noticed that. Extended play, especially the first couple of days that I played, I would be playing and I had my settings up pretty good. One thing that usually bothers me about these games is the hair graphics, right? Because for some reason, it's like it's all jaggedy and it's not smooth. And I finally got the settings to where I wanted it, and then later I noticed that the jaggedy nature of the character was back. Like they just sort of dropped some effing quality there. So yeah, hopefully that takes care of all of that. PC fixed a bug that allowed frame limits to be set when using NVIDIA and AMD's frame generation. Common fixed an issue where shadows were intermittently displayed abnormally depending on the view. Made various other fixes for optimization purposes, and we will continuously monitor them. Bug fixes. Unfortunately, it didn't say anything in there about PS5 or Xbox, so I don't know if a lot of, well, I mean, obviously, the GPU issue is a PC only issue, and the frame limits PC only. But I'm curious to know what fixes were done for the PS5 and the Xbox. Bug fixes. The UI and the UX fixed an issue displaying unused items in the library. Descendants fixed an issue where descendants could not go out of down but not out when their HP was below negative 100% from module settings. I was so terrified I was going to get that problem, but I didn't. Fixed an issue where Kyle would occasionally go up into the air when using superconductivity thrusters during repulsion dash. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. Fixed an issue where Esimo could not get back up while using RK explosion and being inflicted with knockback. That sounds terrible. Modules fix an issue where the increase in firearm attack per stack in the sharp precision shot module was summed instead of multiplied. Equipment fix an issue where a weapon's attribute damage did not apply damage over 100,000. Fix an issue where higher values were displayed as the ultimate gold option, despite the reactor's skill cooldown and skill cost stats being preferable with lower values. Fixed an issue where lower values were displayed as the ultimate gold option, despite the weapon change speed stat being preferable with higher values. I have no clue what that means, but it sounds bad. In the field, fixed an issue where amorphous material pattern 118 and shape stabilizer form 8 were not dropped at Frozen Valley, Vulgus strategic outpost in Fortress hard mode. Fixed an issue where Elite Vulgus in the White Knight Gulch Upper Hatchery battlefield missions did not drop rewards. That, I'm trying to remember that one. I'm having a hard time. I know that I've been running White Knight Gulch for a while trying to get some specific modules, but I don't remember this one. Fixed an issue where monster spawning was interrupted at some Vulgus strategic outposts. Maybe. I did encounter a mission or a dungeon where we went in. I was playing as, I think I was running VS. I was trying to get her leveled up, and about halfway through, the big giant green dude who likes to, dump on you on an upper platform just did not show up, and we could not progress. Everyone had to back out. It happened 3 times in a row. I was about to file a ticket with someone and be like, hey, this is an issue. Don't know if this is the same thing, but I'm assuming it has something similar to do with it. Instance Dungeon. Fix an issue where Vesper's resource box materials were dropped from Echo Swamp, Agna Desert, White Knight Gulch, Hagios, and Fortress Infiltration Operation resource boxes. Research. Fixed an issue where the core materials of Ultimate Descendants were incorrectly displayed as rare instead of Ultimate Tier. Miscellaneous. French. Fixed an issue where the go to title screen menu was displayed with the same phrase as exit game. That sounds not good. Also, French fixed an issue in the story where Ultimate Chimera was used for Dreadful Abomination. French added missing words in the probability display for Executioner Tier 3 Set 4. Look, I'm just going to point this out. I've heard rumors that they used like AI to translate a lot of the game into some of the other languages. I hope that's not the case. And if they did, hopefully this teaches them a valuable lesson. Pay someone some money, go back through the game, and fix all these translation problems. Seriously, you've made enough money off of me, you probably afford to pay someone for a few hours. Director's additional comment. It has come to our attention. Oh boy, this sounds like it's going to be good. I can't wait. It has come to our attention that the community is worried about possible nerfs to Tamer and Glaze Infinite magazine builds. This meta is very strong, but since it is within the scope of what the dev team has planned, there are no immediate plans to do so. In addition, some weapons are more powerful than Tamer, and there are a variety of character builds that rival Glaze Infinite magazine. So please enjoy them fully. We've been looking forward to seeing Descendants use creative builds to take down powerful colossi swiftly, so we're quite delighted to see this in action now. We are well aware that as many Descendants begin farming in earnest, various discussions are taking place regarding drop rates. There is no variable drop rate system in the First Descendant. We are using the fixed rates displayed in the game. The dev team has reviewed the acquisition rates across all servers and confirmed that they are dropping according to the rates displayed. We are currently working on various measures to ensure the community can trust the dev team, such as disclosing item drop amounts for each content. And we also prepare ways to improve the farming experience. The First Descendant will continue to communicate transparently and honestly. Now, that is a big chunk that I want to really break down. That's, wow. Okay, so first of all, first paragraph here, there's been a lot of people really going hard on, say, Bunny, for example, saying she's completely broken, nerf Bunny. I've heard people say, nerf some other Descendant, nerf this other one. They're almost immediately they were calling for nerfs. And I get it, Bunny is annoying. Bunny can be very annoying, especially when people don't build her correctly, or they just run around and they don't do anything else. A squishy bunny is the worst bunny, guys. I'm not going to lie to you, but I assure you that there are some decent bunny mains out there. I am one of them. I am a team player every bit. And I am respectful of other people wanting to play the game. One of the things that I keep seeing is that Bunny runs ahead, wipes out all of the enemies, and then there's nothing left to shoot at. And I get it. It's a shooter. It's a game where we shoot stuff. You want to shoot stuff too. I'm respectful of that. I'll jump in. I'll ad clear if I feel like the ads are getting out of hand, because I know my job. My job is work on ads, burn down boss. You know, so I try to, I speaking for myself here, I try to balance that a little bit. You know, I take the other players into consideration. I don't leave them behind because I can zip past really quickly. And I know that a lot of people don't do that, and I wish more did. But you've got one bunny main here that definitely respects the other players, and I try not to step on too many toes. But occasionally I do get that itch. Just don't hold it against me when I go bunny ham. Let's talk about the character builds here. The developers basically said this is within the scope of what the dev team has planned, so I don't know if that's the devs saying, hey, you know what, these characters may be broken, but this is what we wanted. They did say that they wanted to see Descendants using creative builds to take down powerful colossi swiftly, meaning break them, make them powerful, go ham, go strong, destroy the colossi as hard as you can. That's what they want to see. And if that's what they want to see, guys, go for it. Break them, make them powerful, do what you got to do. As for the last thing, well, I also want to point out, I noticed that they didn't address Bunny. Again, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't mention her. A lot of people really dump on Bunny. She's like the first Descendant you craft, so there's still a lot of people that are just very much in love with her. I've been a Bunny main since the betas, so the newness is sort of worn off, but I've already put a lot of time and investment into her. But I have a lot of time and investment in Sharon as well and in Valby. So, I mean, I think that I'm spread out okay in that regard. But the devs did not mention Bunny at all. So I don't know if that means they're ignoring it or if this is meant to sort of passively address the Bunny concerns. But they did say that they're not planning on doing any nerfs. So I don't know. Hopefully that answers some people's questions about nerfing, and it probably doesn't at the same time. It is, but it isn't. There you go. The last paragraph, though, very interesting. We're well aware that as many descendants begin farming in earnest, various discussions are taking place regarding drop rates. This has been a big one as well. This has been a very big one. Frenya, for example, the Frenya materials. God, I can't tell you how many horrible comments I've read about that mission where you have to constantly take the drone and drive it all the way to the end zone, right? And you don't get the drop. It's a 20% drop rate, and we were convinced it was a lie. I was convinced it was a lie. But apparently it's not. They said they reviewed the acquisition rates across all the servers and confirmed that they are dropping according to the rates displayed. They also said we are using the fixed rates displayed in the game, not a variable drop rate system like some have accused them of doing. We are currently working on various measures to ensure the community can trust the dev team. Now, this is where I want to weigh in just a little bit. It is a known fact that Nexon has had some issues in this regard in the past. And I'm sure that a lot of people have brought this up, so I'm not going to bother. But they have been penalized for falsifying RNG rates, right? So if you want to know about that, go look it up. It's easily available, readily available to search for it on the internet. It's a whole big thing. Go do your research. Now, they're saying here they want to ensure that the community can trust the dev team, such as disclosing item drop amounts for each content, and we also prepare ways to improve the farming experience. The First Descendant will continue to communicate transparently and honestly. And I'm getting the feeling from this. I'm getting the feeling that they are wanting to establish a honest and good rapport with the community. And I am feeling that. This was a major cause for concern. We were very much worried that they were just gonna release the game, that they had did all of this talking to us, getting our feedback, and then once the game went live, they were gonna be, radio silent. I was a little concerned, but this definitely alleviates that. Not 100%, but it does alleviate it to some degree. I said in my last video that I think that the future of the First Descendant is going to greatly hinge upon the amount of feedback the development team takes from the community. Are they going to listen to us when we have a problem? Are they going to take proper action when there is an issue? And I have to say, based on this, at least, I'm getting some good positive vibes here. Things could still go wrong. Things are probably going to be, things are going to break. Things are going to have problems. And I'm sure that they're going to do their best to address them. If they are truly committed to transparency and honesty, I am more than willing to meet them halfway. Next thing, however, though, I wish they would have addressed the monetization issues. Nothing in this addressed any of the concerns about the monetization pricing for the caliber in the shop. None of this addressed any of the concerns about, the possible and or pay to complete, pay to win aspect of it, or anything of that nature. I think that if we're getting some of the materials that I think we're getting from the vaults, we're going to start getting those in other ways. That's at least something in the right direction. I just wish they would have addressed some of the concerns about monetization. I know no one likes to talk about their business. No one likes to talk about their money. But I feel like in this matter, in this instance, as a consumer, we have a right to voice a concern here. And I think that we should get some sort of an answer, even if it's one that we don't want to hear. So having said that, that is it. That is the First Descendant hotfix 1.0.2. I'm sorry if I rambled through any of this. I know it's a long video. I haven't made one of these this long in a while, but if you're still here after all of this, thank you very much. I'll try to get that other video out as quickly as I can. I'd also like to get started on some lore videos. Maybe I'll start off with doing some videos on each of the Descendants, and we'll see how it goes from there. The game is still very new, and I know that we're still trying to get our heads around the concept of the world and the characters, the players, the political atmosphere of the game, all of that stuff. And so as the game continues to unfold, I'm going to continue to take notes, and hopefully there'll be some content there. So if that's something that you want, then definitely let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and you want to see more content, you want to see more live streams, I'm definitely down for that. I am definitely willing to help some new players out who want to go through some of those colossi, especially in the early game. Hit me up, join my Discord. We'll get together in a live stream, and I'll do some carries or I'll do some assists, and I'll help out. I'm all about the new player experience and getting more players into the game. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget you can check out my Discord. There's links to that in the link place down below. And if you're feeling generous, you can also help me out by joining the Patreon and buying me a coffee. There's not much in the way of rewards right now. It's just straight up, if you want to help support the channel, you can. So it would be very much appreciated. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Keep being awesome, and I will see you all in Albion.